Commander Zixtel of the Hegemony Third Fleet had studied human military doctrine for 3 standard cycles. He understood their rank structures, their weapon systems, their tactical formations. What he had never understood was why the humans spoke of retirement with such peculiar reverence, until the day the mining colony on Kepler 442b went dark. The distress beacon had transmitted for exactly 47 seconds before cutting to static. Long enough to confirm what the Hegemony had suspected. Humans had discovered the illegal mining operation on their colony world. Long enough to identify the attackers as the Veltar Syndicate, known throughout the galaxy for leaving no witnesses. Standard response protocol, Zixtel announced to his bridge crew. Deploy pacification drones and request immediate surrender of human survivors for processing. His tactical officer, a young Zillan named Kretha, consulted her displays with obvious confusion. Commander, sensors indicate minimal human military presence. Only civilian mining equipment and 1 small transport vessel. Zixtel's mandibles clicked with satisfaction. The humans would learn what happened when they encroached on Hegemony-claimed territory, regardless of their quaint, territorial sovereignty protests to the Galactic Council. The transport ship that emerged from Kepler 442b's atmosphere was indeed small, a battered cargo hauler that belonged in a scrapyard rather than space. Its hull bore the faded insignia of Kepler Mining Consortium and what appeared to be amateur welding repairs. When it requested permission to dock with the Hegemony flagship, Zixtel nearly laughed. "Grant them access," he ordered. "Prepare detention cells for survivors." The human who walked off the transport didn't look like much. Average height for his species, graying hair, wearing the simple coveralls of a mining supervisor. He walked with a slight limp and carried nothing but a worn duffel bag. When he reached the bridge, escorted by 4 Hegemony guards, he simply nodded politely. "Commander," the human said, his voice calm, "I'm Frank Morrison, site supervisor for Kepler Mining. I need to discuss the situation planetside." "There is nothing to discuss," Zixtel replied, rising to his full 3-meter height. "Your illegal mining operation has been terminated. You will surrender yourself for processing, and your people will be relocated to appropriate labor facilities." Frank tilted his head slightly. "I'm afraid there's been a misunderstanding. Kepler 442b is a registered human colony world. The miners down there? They're under Earth Confederation protection." Zixtel's laugh resonated through the bridge chamber. "Protection? From what army, human? Our scans show no military vessels, no defense platforms, just a handful of miners with industrial equipment." "Oh, you're absolutely right about the miners," Frank said, reaching into his duffel bag. Several guards tensed, but he only withdrew a worn tablet. "But you see, Commander, there's something about human military service you might not understand." The tablet displayed what appeared to be a personnel file. Frank Morrison, age 67. Enlisted Earth Confederation Marine Corps at 18. Service record: Titan Rebellion, Proxima Campaign, the Siege of New Geneva. Rank at discharge, Gunnery Sergeant. Status: retired. 43 years of active service, Frank continued conversationally. 3 wars, 17 major campaigns, more combat drops than I care to count. Got my pension, bought a nice little mining operation on a quiet world. Figured I'd spend my golden years hauling ore and enjoying the peace. Zixtel studied the file with growing unease. Human military records were notoriously difficult to verify, but the decorations listed seemed extensive. "Your military career is irrelevant, old man. You are no longer a soldier." Frank's smile didn't reach his eyes. "That's where you're wrong, Commander. You see, when a human soldier retires, we don't stop being soldiers. We just stop needing permission." The tablet's display changed, showing real-time sensor feeds from the planet's surface. Where the Veltar Syndicate had landed their 3 cruiser-class ships, something had gone very wrong. One ship was listing heavily, its hull split open like a flower. The second was completely dark. The third was attempting to lift off, only to explode spectacularly just above the tree line. "The thing about miners, Commander," Frank said, watching Zixtel's mandibles twitch with shock, "is that they know explosives. Industrial-grade stuff, really big explosions when you need them." More feeds appeared. Veltar ground troops, the galaxy's most feared raiders, were being systematically eliminated by individuals who moved with surgical precision through terrain they knew intimately. The attackers never appeared on screen. just the results of their work. And the thing about retired military, Frank continued, is that we've spent decades learning every possible way to kill the enemy. When we were active duty, we had rules of engagement, command authorization, political considerations. Retirement simplified things considerably. Zixtal watched his tactical displays with growing horror. The Veltar Syndicate was being annihilated not by an army, but by a handful of elderly humans with mining equipment and no oversight. Impossible, he whispered. Our intelligence indicated only civilian miners. Your intelligence was correct, Frank replied. We are miners. Jenkins ran a rock hauler for 30 years after he got out of Special Forces. McConnell drives the big excavator, used to drive tanks on Europa. Davidson handles demolitions now, same as she did during the Mars insurrection. We're all just retired folks trying to make an honest living. The bridge fell silent except for the quiet beeping of tactical alerts. Every Veltar ship was now either destroyed or fleeing. Frank shouldered his duffel bag. Now, Commander, about that misunderstanding. Kepler 442b is a human world. The people there are under my protection. I suggest you update your star charts accordingly. Zixtal found himself nodding before he realized it. Of course. Administrative error. We'll file the appropriate corrections immediately. Appreciated. Frank headed toward the airlock, then paused. Oh, and Commander, you might want to pass word along to your fleet. Retirement doesn't mean we've gone soft. It just means we don't have to fill out paperwork anymore. After the human ship departed, Kreta approached her commander with obvious confusion. Sir, why did we let him go? Our fleet could have what? Zixtal interrupted, still staring at the tactical displays showing the systematic destruction of an entire syndicate battle group. Engaged a force that eliminated 30 ships and 3,000 raiders in under 2 hours? He settled back into his command chair, suddenly feeling very old himself. Update our territorial charts, he ordered quietly. Mark all human colony worlds as protected, extreme caution advised. And send a priority message to High Command. Human retirement is not what we thought it was. In the cargo bay of his battered transport, Frank Morrison opened a comm channel to the surface. Mining consortium to base camp. Diplomatic situation resolved. How's cleanup going down there? Almost finished, Sarge, came the reply. Henderson's still complaining his arthritis is acting up, but he managed to take out their command post just fine. Frank smiled. A real smile this time. Copy that. Let's get back to work, people. These rocks won't mine themselves. Below them, Kepler 442b turned peacefully in the void, its mining operations preparing to resume under the protection of some very dangerous retirees.